Hello everyone, this is Vikas and I welcome you all here in this video series of geography. And today's this video I am doing with you student is all about how our earth is continuously changing and which forces are responsible for the changes that occur on the earth's surface. So let's learn all these concepts with the help of a PowerPoint presentation. You will be surprised to know that the earth upon which you are sitting or standing now is continuously changing, and these changes are occurring because of the internal and external movements of the earth, and these movements are divided on the basis of the forces which cause them. If the forces are acting inside the earth are known as endogenetic forces, and the forces that are working on the surface of the earth are called exogenetic forces. And in this video we are particularly going to learn about endogenetic forces. But before learning how these forces lead to the formation of the different landforms, let's learn how these forces are generated inside the earth. You have already studied about interior of the earth. You can also follow the figure on your screen. You know, the uppermost part of the earth is known as a crust, and just below the crust there is a mantle, and the innermost part of the earth is known as the core. And the crust of the earth has the lithospherical plates. They are also known as the tectonic plates. And these plates are continuously moving around the earth because of the forces which are generated inside the core. And the main sources of this force are uranium, potassium, and thorium. And these forces which are generated inside the earth are known as endogenetic forces. And these endogenetic forces can be classified on the basis of their velocity. If the velocity of these forces is less, they are known as sudden forces. And sudden forces can be resulted into earthquakes, volcanoes, and landslides. And if the velocity of these forces is less, they are known as diastrophic forces, and diastrophic forces can lead to the formation of the mountains, plateaus, and continents. The effects of these diastrophic forces or the slow movements can be seen in the form of the formation of different types of landforms. So let's learn with the help of the videos how different landforms are formed because of these diastrophic forces or the slow movements.
The effect of slow movements can be seen in the formation of mountains, orogenic movements, and continents on the Earth's crust. A. Mountain building orogenic. Try this. Take a 30 centimeter long paper strip. Place your hands on both the ends of the strip. Move both the hands towards each other, giving pressure on the strip. As you see, the strip starts getting folds. Geographical explanation. The strip was moved by placing hands on both ends, giving pressure on the center of the strip. This work is called compression. As a result, the strip moves and folds form. Similarly, due to pressure on the Earth's crust, movements are generated and folds are formed, as shown in this diagram. Fold mountains. Energy is transferred from the interior of the Earth. Because of these energy waves and pressure working towards each other and in a horizontal direction, the layers of soft rocks form folds. If the pressure is very high, large-scale folds are formed of increasing complexity. So, as you can see, the surface of the Earth gets uplifted and fold mountains are formed. The Himalayas, the Aravallis, the Rockies, and the Andes and the Alps are the world's major fold mountains. Try this. Take a long strip of thin paper. Hold one end of the paper in your right hand and hold the other in your left hand as shown. pull both the ends away from each other. Observe that the paper gives way in the center. Geographical explanation. Tension and force. In this activity, tension is created when you pull both the ends away from each other. Similarly, when movements occur in opposite direction to each other, tension is generated and faults are formed in the Earth's crust. Block mountains. Because of internal movements, horizontal waves moving away from each other are formed. This causes tension on the layers of rocks, which leads to formation of fractures in the rocks called faults. Similarly, waves coming towards each other in hard rocks also form faults due to compression. When a part of the Earth's crust in between two parallel faults is lifted, it looks like a block and is called a block mountain, as shown in this figure. Block mountains are flat-topped with steep slopes and no peaks in the early stages. For example, the Black Forest Mountains in Europe and the Meghalaya Plateau of India. Try this. Take 3 notebooks of the same size. Hold them tightly on a table, keeping a distance of 2 to 3 centimeters. Remove the 2 notebooks on each end away from the central one. Observe that the middle book subsides. Geographical explanation. When horizontal movements on the Earth's surface act in opposite directions, it causes tension increasing. Tension leads to formation of faults and no continuity in the rock layers. Rift valleys. Sometimes 2 fractures develop side by side in the Earth's crust. The land in between the 2 fractures subsides to form a steep-sided rift valley, as seen in this figure. For example, the river Narmada in India, the Great Rift Valley of Africa, and the Rhine River Rift Valley in Europe. Slow movements. B. Continent building. Aperogenic movements. Slow movements occur towards the center or from the Earth's center towards the Earth's crust. Because of these movements, a vast part of the Earth's crust is uplifted or subsides. If uplifted above the mean sea level, continents are formed or extensive plateaus. Hence, these movements are called continent building movements. If the originally continental portion of the crust subsides below the sea level, it forms a part of the seabed.
From this video, you must have understood or you must have learned that how orogenic forces move in a horizontal directions to form the different landforms like folding mountains, block mountains, and rift valleys, and how these epirogenic forces move in a vertical directions to build the continents and seabed. And these all concepts we have already learnt in detail in our Zoom session meeting. So in this video we'll stop here and rest of the topic we will cover in the next video. So until stay home, stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you so much.